eerily quiet. I've been to some airports before where it's like a quieter time, but it's almost deserted. It's kind of creepy, but also really, what do I want to say? It's also like really interesting to see it. Oh God, my hair, my eyes are absolute mess. Excuse that. But no, welcome to Cobb's Corner, welcome to the channel, and as always, it's a pleasure to have you here on the channel with me. So, my last video, what was I doing in my last video? So I've been in Taiwan for like 6 weeks now. It's been incredible. I've had an incredible time being here, and now it's the decision. I had to make a decision this week what to do next. So what I've decided to do is actually go back to the UK. I think at this moment in time, even though things are getting very, very bad in the UK, it's imperative that I'm at home, and if necessary, I have family and friends there to support me. So I think that's the way to go. But today's going to be very interesting, or this flight's going to be very interesting, because this flight is going via China. I'm here at 2 o'clock in the morning in Shanghai, getting I imagine one of the last flights that's going to be going out of here, or one of the last flights that's going to be going back to London anyway, for sure. There's literally about 9 of us taking a flight today. It's going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. I don't think I'm ever going to be on a flight again with just so few people. It's almost like having a private jet. But obviously these are very harrowing times. Like, it's just been unbelievable. When we arrived in Shanghai, we had to wait 2 hours on the plane in order to be able to get the quarantine officers on. And then shortly after the quarantine officers came on, they took us out in groups, and then we had to be like, give our passports. Our passports were then put in a bag. We're then ordered to wait in like this covered area, and they kind of said to us one by one we needed to go through to a table where we were then asked a series of questions that we had to answer. The most often, the question that was asked most often was, where have you been in the last 14 days? And I was just like, Taiwan. And they were like, where are you going? I said, England. And they were like looking at the watch, and they're like, you're not going to get on your flight. There's no way you're going to get on your flight. Bear in mind, we landed at about quarter to 9, maybe around that time. And we'd been on the plane waiting for 2.5 hours for the quarantine officers. And this is not anything against them. It's just that when we eventually did get off, and then we were going through, it was like, oh, you're gonna miss your flight. You're too late. I was just like, there's no way I'm missing this flight. I mean, fortunately, in the end, it's been delayed, and but it's been delayed for like obvious reasons. I mean, everyone that's kind of sitting over there at the moment is, or everyone's come from Taiwan, basically, bar 1 or 2 people. So it's all a little bit mad. I'm flying into the eye of the storm, going back to London, but do you know what? I do think there is something to be said for being in your home country, and at least I'll have family and support there. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see the way it goes, and see you on the other side. So, where am I now? Now I'm back in the UK. I'm back in Devon, in Newton Abbot. And for those of you that don't know, Devon, Newton Abbot is in the southwest of England. I managed to get back
somewhat successfully. So you would have seen the last clip that I would have been in Shanghai and talking about my experience there. What actually happened after the 7 of us boarded the plane, not 9 of us, as I said in the video, there was only 7 of us that boarded, one of these big aircraft carriers that carries, a capacity of around 500, if not more people. There's just 7 of us on the flight. And then it was one of the best flights I've ever had. I mean, there was no one on it. I could have all of my own space. Air hostesses were really attentive. There were actually more air hostesses than there were people on the plane. Crazy. And then I remember that after I landed, there was another girl with me who had travelled also from Taipei. She was heading over to Bristol way, and we arrived at London Gatwick, and at the baggage carousel, my bag had gone missing. So went to go to lost property at Gatwick Airport, and they were like, "How did they lose another bag? How is it even possible? There were 7 of you on the flight." I was like, "I don't know. We just don't have our bags. The luggage isn't there." Anyway, so that was a bit of a disaster. But, given the circumstance, I was just glad to get back to the UK. Now I've been back in the UK for a bit of time now, a week or 2 weeks. I don't know, it's all a bit of a blur at the moment. I came back straight into a lockdown, straight into not being able to really go out other than just to exercise. And, it's been interesting to be back. Obviously, I wouldn't like to be back under these circumstances normally. I'd like to be going out and surfing or going out and visiting my family. But, that's just the situation at the moment. And we're all having to live through similar kind of circumstances. But, I'm grateful to be home. I'm very glad, and given the situation, I was very lucky to get home. Some people have been paying thousands and thousands of pounds, or thousands of euros, thousands of dollars, whatever. There was one Norwegian girl that I met when I was in Taiwan, and she said that it's about €2,500 to get back to Helsinki. Was it Helsinki? Or Norway? I think maybe she was from Finland. Yeah, so to get back to Helsinki. So yeah, just an incredible experience, and just really lucky and fortunate to get back. That's the long and the short of it, really. I've got a few projects that I'm looking to work on over the next kind of couple of weeks. I'm going to be trying to release my Skillshare class, which will give people another or some ideas of how to set up their own online teaching business and how you can go about that, what you might need to think about. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at next. And it's been a really exciting development in my online teaching business activities. I've managed to secure 1 or 2 contracts with some students, but also with companies that will enable my business to be a bit more, let's just say, a little bit more secure for this moment. And yeah, like, online teaching is a savior at this time. And it's also really helping my students, my university students back in China. So there's a lot of really positive parts about in a very negative time for a lot of people. But I'm seeing potential opportunities that are coming through, and that is an exciting proposition. So let's see where this all ends up. All right, well, thanks very much for watching the video. And as always, take care, look after yourself. Remember to like, remember to sub. I'd really, really appreciate if you could do so. The channel is starting to build a little bit of momentum now, but I need any support that I can get, and I would love to get your support and you on board. All right, thanks very much, guys. Take care, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.